Hey guys, how we doing? I'm Yalek. I have not done one of these videos in quite a while, but I had this account fully boosted earlier today. This is one of my accounts where I keep a troop health, and I had a friendly challenge to do. Now, I have to apologize to my friend Crow here. He's coming down off his push, and I've not been boosting a whole lot recently, so while he was on his push, I didn't really get too many chances to attack his bases. He had very interesting layouts. He's going to the grappler to try to combat bombardiers, so one shield gen and a laser. Pretty interesting layouts for me, but I just, at the time that he was pushing, I didn't have a lot of incentive to boost with this account or any of the others that have troop health. So, new student, he's previously been in a lot of my videos for the bases that he's built. This is he's on his push, or on another push. He was on a push before, took a break, built up his resources, whatever. This is his standard layout, and he had posted a friendly challenge in chat yesterday or something like that. Anyway, I waited on my op hits to boost at the last minute of the previous operation so that I could get 2 op hits out of that, and then also get a bunch of time to try to practice on his friendly challenges. So this is his standard layout. It's really not too bad for warriors, and he let me attack that a few times. And then he had a special surprise for me, which is that he had a version of his base that was built just for me, and that made things fun. A little rusty in the beginning, you can see it there. This is actually a very, very nasty base, and it took me some figuring to sort of get the approach down. Tried this base a few different ways. We'll try to find those. I don't know what's what here, but we'll try to find a few different approaches to this, and then we'll go down to this last one at the end, just for some giggles. So, early approach, I don't know what's what. I did just watch this one to see where I started. Trying to Bart, he's got 5-5 set up, 3 building health, 2 building damage. That makes these shield generators pretty Bartable. So can Bart out one and then try to remove the other. But being that he has seen my tactics before, new student made sure to make his mines extra nasty just for me. So there were a bunch around the HQ. Normally, you know, with guys who are on a push, they've got lines of mines over here and over there and behind their sniper towers. Nope, I get them all on the pass to the shield generators. And, because again, he's seen my tricks, new student gives me these special little Easter eggs, like a shock mine there, which is a nasty spot where my guys are going around a corner. Shock mine there, shock mine here, shock mine here, all for the same purpose, which is to try to trap my warriors out of smoke as I'm going around a corner. This was my first win, and this was lucky to be a win. I flared, after killing the shield generator here, flared up to this flamethrower, which is kind of an ideal spot for Bullet to be. He's going to taunt from there. He's going to taunt this, he's going to taunt this, he's going to taunt this flamethrower as well. But the problem with that approach is that while the warriors take a high path where you can see that I'm smoking, Bullet, of course, is standing 3 tiles below the shield generator, and the shortest path to the flamethrower for him is around this iron mine, and that's why that iron mine is there. Because this isn't, again, this is not the first time that new student has seen this, hence why this base was designed just for me. So Bullet pops out of smoke down here, and I did get this one win, but honestly, several times after this, it did not go as well. So, didn't love that flare point to the flamethrower that time, so decided we were going to try something different. Also, just variations along the way. I think I looked at this one just a minute ago also. changing up to using critters here to clear those mines so that I can save barrage and stuff for just for the shield generators. And I'm still going to have a bunch of mines to deal with over here. Now, part of the reason I'm making this video is that you saw all those losses in the beginning, and you see all these mines over here. I had to come up with a new trick in the middle of the day today to try to deal with New Student and his mines. Special just for me. Yeah, this is the one I watched from earlier, because there's a really long pause here, and for the life of me I couldn't tell you what that was. Maybe the phone rang, maybe there was a knock at the door, I don't know, but we're just going to sit here and watch for a minute because I was waiting on something. Maybe I just think very slowly. Anyway, so here's a new trick that I have never used before. Normally I'd be dropping warriors by now, and you know, they'd be catching up to Bullet and so on. Nope, you're going to see a lot of this, because just let Bullet get all the way to the corner and turn, because that gets him far out enough. Now I'm going to throw critters around the iron mine, and that's primarily to, we're going to clear some mines there, but also to get the shock mines on the backside of this thing. There you go, you can see that popped off. But you're going to see here that Bullet is going to tank a few of these mines for us, and that is really helpful. So then in this instance, my guys get to the shield generator, and they're not actually too badly damaged. This is very often in front of the shield generator. He has kindly put it behind the shield generator just for me. Flaring up to the mortar this time, and that is actually a great path for my guys. The only trouble with that is in this case I used one more smoke than I would have liked, and that's not economical, and you really have to be economical on these attacks. So also peeked at the corner, so we got a dead guy there. You see the other shock mine there. Some of my dudes are caught. They're about to catch up, but I don't like having some of my warriors caught away from the formation, and he knows this. Which is why, again, those shock mines are there at the corners for me. Corners where my guys need to be making turns and such. So, working on this approach. Let's see. That was there. See what we did down here. Some of these I decided to try going the other direction eventually. It seemed like it would be fun to do. Still going to the right on this one, part the opposite shield generator, and see what comes next. Very probably you're going to see that same bullet trick. And I was doing like an 8 or 9 count in my head, letting him get that far ahead of the warriors for this. Gets to the corner, turns, same thing. Same approach, clearing mines with the critters. After a while I just started using this iron storage, I think, as my flare point. It gave me a pretty decent path to the headquarters, popping out. You know, my guys are popping out at the corners a little bit, but it was as predictable as anything and didn't involve too much turning. The thing I didn't like about the mortar is my guys were coming around this building, this building, this building. It was continuously costing me troops where guys were peeking out in the middle of the run. So that's not too bad. That's actually getting most of our warriors to the HQ and in pretty good health. So that's when these things will go down. What I say, 3 building health? New student saw me started winning, and in chat his comment was, and I quote, "Need more building health." You've got plenty of building health, you'll be fine. Skip a few down. Hopefully we'll see some of the approaches coming to the other shield generator here pretty soon. Looks like that's going to be this, because we're clearing mines for that path. Barding over here. Some of these I cleared, like pre-cleared these mines with critters, and on others I tried to use them as a distraction along the way. Same thing over there, let Bullet get to the corner and turn. The only problem over here is that the shock launcher was getting a hold of him, and this takes an extra smoke over there, I found. This takes 3, whereas I could get away with 2 on that side. Straight to the HQ on this one. The path over here is not nearly so bad. know exactly why that is. Just something about, maybe because the shield generator is a little higher. Like this one is pretty much even with the front of the HQ. This one's a little bit more forward, but this is just a nice straight path from the shield generator over to the headquarters, and we don't have that problem with the devious little iron storage that was over there, where Bullet is, you know, running around this sawmill or something like that. Now he just takes a nice straight path. So this path is actually much easier and didn't take nearly as much work to figure out. Got a couple of shocks here, and that's all I have. The GBE to do is 2, maybe 3, depending on, you know, the situation. A lot depends on how many artillery it takes to finish off the shield generators, because you do have your barrage does have a random feature to it, so it doesn't always do the same amount of damage. Sometimes you get lucky and it does more, sometimes you don't get lucky and it does less. We'll skip down a couple. Probably going the same direction here. Yep, same thing. Barding, blah blah blah. You've seen that before. Now that looks like it only took 3 art there, and so I must have had a good bit more GBE in hand to start this hit. If I had to guess, in the range of 105, 110, which is a lot. I don't have that far to go. So there we go with the clearing mines en route. Still letting Bullet tank some of the mines along the way, which gets the warriors here without, you know, them being utterly, you know, low on health or decimated. If I just hit all of those mines on the way, they would be in pretty rough shape. Gonna tank a boom mine. That's okay. You know, these are the choices you have to make. Like I said, economize. We'll see what we have for the shocks on this one. Must have been doing okay for GBE because I threw that med kit out pretty early. Just 2 shocks and I left that unshocked. Okay, not too bad there. Had enough GBE for an extra taunt there. So, this path, definitely found that path to be much easier than this side, but I started on this side because the whole point of it was that it was devilishly made. And we'll skip down a couple more. Let's see, we were in that area. Let's see, one more of these, and then I took a break. I think I had to go bring the dogs out or something like that, so we're going back to the right side here. Took a break in there, came back to it after a bit, wanted to, you know, go back this way. There, again, never done this before, but absolutely had to do it because of this mine configuration. And throwing the critters on the way for a bit of a distraction. Bullet got caught by the shock launcher, so unfortunately he didn't get as many mines as I would have liked. Wouldn't be surprised to see, there it is, yeah, a med kit come out here pretty quickly. Because this machine gun being all the way back here, and it's there for a reason. Ooh, missed my flare on this one. Got the smoke down, didn't get the flare down, so yeah, I remember that. Just my warriors are sitting there at the shield generator, and I'm like, what? Move. There, see, the warrior's stuck by that shock mine. God, that's annoying. He knows it too. Also, the shocks over here were not that fun coming from this direction. This shock, for some reason, sometimes I nailed it, sometimes I didn't, as often as not. I guess I probably didn't. This one's not bad, but once again, leaving one of the machine guns unshocked. Failed on one, and the last time I hit it, and then we're going to see that final hit, which is from Crow, because it kind of makes all of this a little bit absurd. Going back the other way, like I said, there was a break. Oh, well, let's go this way, and let's go that way. Just, like, it kind of becomes a muscle memory thing as you're doing, and you know, doing attacks like these. So, stepping away for a minute and then coming back to it is, you know, it's interesting to see whether you still have it, you have the plan, or do not have the plan. I'll just let this one play as is. Again, it was like an 8 or 9 count in my head to let Bullet get to the corner. You always start from roughly the middle of the beach. And try to get Bullet tanking some mines. That's great. He's gotten at least 4. We're going to get 2 boom mines on the way there, and then there's another one over here. Yay. But the warriors, again, are in very good shape. You've seen the path from the shield generator over to the headquarters. I'm sure it will be the same path because it's just a nice straight path. It's obvious, and so therefore we're going to keep using that because it works. Yeah, I cleared 2 more maps later on in the evening after doing this, also fully boosted, but not with troop health accounts. And I gotta be honest with you, it was not nearly... After doing this, it just wasn't even fun. And it's like in the 950s, 1000 VP range. There are bases with shields, there are bases with a good bit of ice and so on, but just not even the same kind of animal as a base like this. And I honestly haven't been as invigorated about Boom Beach in quite a while as I was this afternoon. So, all of that said, obviously I put a good amount of time into this. There were some stumbles early on, you can certainly see in that area. The winds were pretty dry, and then Crow's Nest steps up to the plate and does this, rendering pretty much everything that you saw before just utterly ridiculous. So, and I don't know because I don't live up in the high VP regions, but apparently, you know, people are resorting to weird tactics. Like I showed you Crow's base earlier, he had the grappler out and a laser and just the 1 shield generator in an odd spot. For a long time at the top of the leaderboard you saw bases like this. 2 shield generators put as far away as possible, put as far to the sides as possible from each other. But these little guys have completely changed the game, so I'm told, and he's just going to walk through this. Barted out a rocket launcher that was going to be a problem for him down the line, and he's just going to walk through this. No medics that I can see. Sparky was out there throwing critters, but she's dead. And so all of that time that I spent attacking this base and trying to figure out what works and what did not, I guess I'm sort of banging my head against a wall, because I could just be doing this. You can probably see how this is going to go. Let's see. Blaster range, nope. I'm going to kill that shield generator, protecting some of his guys with smoke there, and just find himself a nice little sweet spot. Well, must be a good time to wrap this up. Oh, nope, he's going to go to this side and clear a bunch of stuff too. Yeah, just walking through this, walking all over this like, you know, like it's no problem. And ending up with, let's see, how many bombardiers does he end up with here? 1, 2, 3, I see 4, 5, 6 of these little guys still alive. And he's going to eat through half this shield with the shock launcher giving him problems. There you go. I think he's finally out of range of that. Yeah, they're just so high damage. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But 2 of them are wandering around up here, and they're, you know, eventually going to die. So 5 of them, 5 bombardiers working on this headquarters, and they are going to smash through half of this shield. And as I said, this is a 3 building health account, so that's a 3 building health shield. Ridiculous. So, I mean, I love doing what I do. Some days I'm not sure why I do what I do, because apparently there's a much easier way, but I guess I like doing things the hard way. And on that note, I think I'm going to call it a day. Like, thumbs up, tell me I'm crazy, because obviously I am, and I will catch you later. Take care.